This is always the worst bit. How do you actually start? Pete, you've got to say well done to your daughter. That was good. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. I've got 3 children, and I had the same training that practically every father has on how to bring up their children. All right? I went to the same training school. I went to the same university. I didn't read the same books, so I didn't read any books. So if any of you fathers out there have read books on how to be a father, you're one step on me and better qualified to actually be up the front and speak. I got what I know from my dad and from my grandparents and from my gut feeling and from what I saw. I'm a Dr. Spock child, if that has any help to anybody. Not Star Trek, but Dr. Spock, the American scientist. And my mum and dad read the book, and this is what turns out. Okay? I take by that laughter, it's not a very good book, and it shouldn't have been followed. Okay. Right. I got 3 children. Let's start there. The eldest one isn't here, so I can talk as much as I like about him. He was our mad professor. I love a quiet life. My wife will tell you that. So God decided, yeah, you'll have a quiet life. We'll give you Reese. My wife calls him a tornado. My wife's Jackie, just in case you didn't know that. Because this is about fathers, but there are 2 normally in raising kids. So though this is Father's Day, I don't want to overlook the mums. Okay? I'm going to talk predominantly about being a father and some of the things of that, but it's a joint effort. Their birth wasn't, right? That was all down to me. Because they knocked Jackie out. All right? You mothers don't know the stress that a father goes through on that day. Yeah, I'm being distracted. Reese, our mad professor. Then we had Rebecca, Daddy's little girl. Yeah? That was God saying, okay, you've got Reese, now I'll give you something that you can cope with. But I'm one of 5 lads. And suddenly they hand me this little bundle and there's a little girl in there. What do? You don't want to cut her too much because you're frightened you'll break her. But you don't want to cut her not enough, you're frightened you'll drop her. And will someone please take this bundle of joy away from me? And then we had Alex. Our grinning monster. He was wonderful. He is wonderful. But he is too quick with his mind and his thoughts and his comments. And I'm lost. I can't answer back. He's incredible. He's brilliant. They're all brilliant. I've got 2 scriptures that I want to read. But that's just to open up, that's my qualification for being here and speaking, is through my experiences, that's all. Just as a father of 3 wonderful kids that God has blessed us with. Why? I don't know. Why are some of us not fathers? I don't know. Why some of us are not mothers? I don't know. Why I've been blessed with 3 amazing kids? I can't give you an answer. All I want to do is to share some of life's experiences and to point you towards an amazing father. Don't look at this one and think that's an amazing father. No. Figuratively, I want to point you up that way to an amazing father. I'm going to start off with the bad and then finish with the good, but it's all relevant. Matthew 26, verse 52 tells us this. Jesus said to the man, "Put your sword back in its place." Peter has just cut off the servant's ear. Put your sword back in its place. All who use swords will be killed with swords. Surely you know I could ask my Father, and he would give me more than 12 armies of angels. But it must happen this way to bring about what the scriptures say. When I was younger and my kids were little, I did, I suppose, 25%. Jackie did 75% of everything for our kids. We did everything. As they grew up, they did more for themselves. And as they get older, they don't need us as much to do things for them. And sometimes I'm learning that I want to do things for them, but I've got to hang back. I've got to not do. I've got to let them do. They might not do it as well as I could do it, but they've got to learn. They've got to find out for themselves what life is all about. And sometimes that involves a bit of pain. I'm not saying I would let my children go and play with the adders to find out that actually adders are dangerous and it's not a good thing to do. No. But other things, you stand back. Because that's the way it's meant to be. And we have a father who could have sent 12 armies of angels, but he had to stand back. We thought this morning of why. That is an extreme case, and we're not going to be called to do that as fathers. For one reason, we don't have 12 armies of angels in our pocket. Very useful at times, but not quite ours to call down. And sometimes our kids they'll cause us pain. We had a Romania meeting. We didn't go there. We just went to Phil in Gowerton. But we had a meeting, and you're talking about a lad now who's been brought up in the 60s and the 70s, and computers were humongous things that lived in big rooms. And the screen was dutty and gave out numbers. And Phil goes to the laptop, presses a button on the TV, and the laptop picture screen appears on the TV. I said, wow, that's amazing, that's good, that's brilliant. Alex, it's a cable. Me feeling this suddenly felt, cut down. I'm in first class coming home from London, and I've got a sandwich box in front of me from Marks and Spencer's. And I'm there going like this, getting my sandwiches out. And Rebecca goes, no, Dad, turn it over, press the button, and it opens. Turns it over, and there's a little thing. Sometimes you'll try to help them. They don't need your help. They don't want your help. They can do it. And next thing they turn around and go, where were you? It's all gone wrong. Look, it's your fault you weren't here to help. Yeah. How many of us say to God, it's okay today, I don't need you. I'm all right. And then our Father says afterwards, see, I was here. You fought. You've messed up again, haven't you? But it's all right. I'm here. We caused the pain. Reese crashed his car. Sorry, someone crashed into Reese's car. No, that is right. That is correct. He stopped. The van didn't and hit him. He's got the paperwork to prove it, okay? But he was involved in a car crash down in Devon. We're here. I can't help. I can't get there. He's got to sort it out. The riots in London are going on. I suddenly realize at the same time that my daughter, my little girl, she's out house hunting, not far away from where the riots are. My natural instinction is to get up on the train as quick as possible and go and find her and make sure she's safe. But I can't. I can't get there. Alex will turn to me and go, Dad, I've got some homework. It's maths. But you're no good at that, are you? You can't help. And I'm sat in the same room and I can't help. There's pain in being a father. But our Heavenly Father is there all the time. And He can help. And He will help. Yeah, we might go for a bit of rough, but He'll be there and He'll help us. He'll look after us. Sometimes, dads, you just need to be there, and that's enough. Sometimes our kids say things and it does cut us up. For the other reason, it brings a tear of joy to our hearts. And I've seen some comments on Facebook and I've heard people say about their dads, and it's been pretty amazing stuff that I've read. Wonderful stuff. Amazing stuff. Whether my kids would write the same thing, I don't know. That's not for me, that's for my kids. Luke chapter 3, that's the rough. Let's get on with the good. But it's all relevant. It's all good. Luke chapter 3 tells us this. Verse 21, when all the people were being baptized by John, Jesus also was baptized. While Jesus was praying, heaven opened and the Holy Spirit came down on him in the form of a dove. Then a voice came from heaven saying, "You are my Son, whom I love, and I am very pleased with you." The love of the Father. This is my Son. This is my child, in whom I am well pleased. I remember, because I'm old enough, Tom and Jerry in its original format. And there was a big dog and there was a little dog. Don't ask me their names, I'm not that good. And his comment was, "That's my boy. That's my boy." The pride of the Father, the love of the Father. I had a phone call on Friday, and it was from Reese, and he said, "Dad, I've got my results of his degree of 4 years of work." And I say, "Okay, come on." And he told me his results, and they were excellent. And I turned and said on the phone, "I'm proud of you. Well done." Becky, she makes some amazing cakes. She decorates some amazing cakes. Let's get that right, okay? Jackie makes some amazing cakes. High offer on the carrot cake at the back, okay? Right? No. It is a carrot cake, isn't it? Yeah, good. Okay. We praise her. I praise her because they are amazing. Alex, he led last Sunday and I was choked up. He did well. He did really well. Right. But I've looked at myself, and that's one thing I don't do enough of. Praising my kids. Saying well done. Why? Don't know. Is it my own upbringing, the reserved English nature? Is it what I've seen from my own father? Ex-Royal Navy? Strict? Emotionless to an extent? He's a lot better now since he's retired. It was almost, well, we used to greet and shake hands. Now we actually greet and we give each other a hug. Yeah. Our kids, and this specifically at fathers, but it branches across to our mothers, but also to anybody who comes into contact with kids. So that's everybody. They watch. They're like little sponges. They take it in. They learn. They know what we're like. We can't avoid it. They make an impression on us. They know whether they like us, what they like about us, what they don't like, our kids. You are my son whom I love, and I am well pleased with you, the Father said to the Son. We could argue that, in fact, anything that Jesus said, that God could say that of him because he was perfect. But we have a Father who wants to say to us, well done. Well done. That's my boy. Or girl. Whatever. So, that's the end of my notes. That's the end of what I want to say. But it's been incredible being a father. Incredible seeing 3 little children grow and turn into the children the people they are, young adults and the youth at the back. Thank you. There we are, grinning monster. Okay. I've had some input into that. I've had some responsibility into that. But I know that as much as I love them, there is one who loves them so much more. As much as they are precious to me, there is one to whom they are so much more precious. And so today I want to point you that way. Our Father in heaven. I don't know what experiences you've had of a father. I know some of you have had amazing experiences. Some of you maybe not quite so amazing. But for the perfect Father, look upwards. He'll never leave you. Yes, there'll be a bit of pain, but that's called growing. That's called learning. And that's making sure we get better. But there'll be a heap of love. There'll be a heap of encouragement, and there'll be a lot more well dones than I've given out. I'm not looking back with regret. I'm looking forward knowing that I've learnt and I've got to move on. Right? So, fathers, new fathers, welcome aboard. The university is called Life. Your experiences that you can give to your kids are, if you're a brand new father, you've got no experiences at all, then good luck. Right? And what you do with little girls, I don't know still. Right? But give them as much love and let them free now and again. But be there. Always be there. Right? Reese phones home now and again. Right? Speaks to Jackie. Right? Now and again he speaks to me because he can't speak to Jackie. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling now because I'm starting to waffle. And my wife will tell me off. Thank you. Thank you.